Hey, what is up, lovelies? It is Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and okay, now let's do a little bit of an update on the whole Silas card situation because it has been blowing up kind of a lot lately, and it's caused actually a lot of controversy within our EN community, which is a little bit disappointing, and also I have kind of expected it. So let's just go over everything that I've kind of collected over the past few days. I wanted to give this a little bit more time rather than just discuss what is happening, because truthfully, if I make a video and then I start sharing news but then something else changes very suddenly, then the video that I've made becomes literally quite irrelevant and could possibly and potentially spread misinformation. So I believe that from learning from my past mistakes on jumping the gun on these kind of things, I am slowly just waiting and seeing what exactly how the situation unfolds. So let me just see what else. I believe that is pretty much it. This is all very in depth, so let us try and see where I can begin this video. Okay, so first and foremost, the most recent news here is this individual here, Silas's Vanguard, or Silas BLVD. Is that Boulevard? Streets are saying that CN Boycott is costing Infold quite some money. Also, apparently some people receive words from customer service that they are rushing cards production. Now, take this for what it is, which is a rumor, but boy do I want it to be real so badly. Now, I've been trying to find out more information about this. I even tried to contact the individual who posted this, the OP, asking if there are any screenshots or links to support these rumors. I would very much have liked some sort of update or something substantial to show you guys, but unfortunately it's been 4 hours since I asked and nothing yet. So I don't know if I will ever really get an answer on that, but it seems like some people have been seeing that kind of sentiment shared throughout Twitter, so fingers crossed that they're actually listening to Silas girlies out there. And then here we have, some CN Caleb fans on Weibo are also pointing out his lack of content with his drop. One anecdote, one Bond story. Caleb is popular in CN, so they are planning on doing the same to him as Silas. They're gonna have two groups of fans boycotting, which is actually very important to note. Now, if you are somebody out there who doesn't see the point of why this boycott is happening in the CN side, I just want to clarify that this is not just about Silas. The main push was, caused by Silas. But for the future reference, this is not only about him. This is about future love interests coming into Love in Deepspace. This means Caleb's content. This means Silas's content. This means whoever the potential sixth love interest is. They are going to all be treated the same way. Now, I am talking specifically only about the base content that they are being released with. When it comes to limited cards, that is something completely different. But when it comes to the base content that each love interest is supposed to have in the game, it should be the same. So you had the initial 3 love interests who had a specific set amount of memories that were released, 2 bond memories that were also released for them as well, and then 3 anecdotes. For Silas, you only get 1 bond memory. For Caleb, you only get 1 bond memory. For their anecdotes too, it's 1 each. So as you can see, there is a lot of content that isn't added also with the release of a new love interest, and it frustrates a lot of people. Not only that, but like when Silas was released, everybody had high hopes. We're all like, oh, okay, they're probably gonna release it eventually. They're probably gonna update it eventually. But no, they didn't. A perfect time to have updated Silas's Bond story was during his myth memory card released. So that way people who couldn't pull for his myth was able to experience something in the Bond section. But unfortunately, they didn't touch it. It wasn't changed, and it has been many, many months. Now, if you are a Caleb girly and you are hoping for content for Caleb down the line, you are going to have to wait an indefinite amount of time before you're going to see something change in the game for Caleb too. And like I said, this affects all of the future love interests coming to Love in Deepspace, because as we know from like screenshots and whatnot and from the live, Caleb is not the last love interest. So it is a little bit frustrating. There are some people who have some positive thoughts about the situation, like, oh, maybe I don't know where. I have so many notifications right now, but there was one individual, I'm so sorry I can't point you out right now, I would love to, but there is actually somebody who said to me like, oh, maybe what they're waiting for is to wait until all 3 of the new love interests, quote unquote new love interests, get released, and then like mass release all of their content. So that way they're doing it in like 2 batches, where they did the original 3 and then they're going to do another 3. Like somebody said that might have been it, or somebody also said that it's possible that they're taking their time in releasing content because it relates to the lore and they don't want to give away too much information too soon because it'll ruin the story. Like there is also that theory flying around, but still it doesn't justify that there is no like real confirmation from Infold, and what we're really looking for is some acknowledgement from the company itself to talk to its players, to tell us and reassure us that, hey, we understand what is happening, we are going to talk about it, we are going to discuss what is happening, and there is no need to worry because we got your back. Like, that is all we really want. We just want somebody from the official team to reassure us and let us know that eventually we are going to get what we want. And that is actually where this conversation is going right now. So this user here, Mad Dog, I've brought her up before. I won't stop voicing my concerns about the lack of content for Silas. If we don't address this now, it may never get fixed. It's been 6 months with no update. I truly encourage all of you to keep raising your voices, but let's remember to stay respectful to everyone. For this to be successful, we need all fans to support us Silas mains. I know we're frustrated, but fighting with others isn't the answer. The end goal is equal treatment and content for all love interests. With that being said, I'm joining the active boycott and will not be spending any more money in this game until we get an update on Silas. I encourage you to join and take a stand against this treatment. If we don't speak up now, they'll continue treating Silas and potentially all love interests this way. So yes, there is a rally to do a boycott here in the EN. I don't know if a lot of people are really going to join that, to be perfectly honest, since the revenue that we make on the EN side is barely a blip in the full revenue that China actually garners for this game. That is why for the CN girlies to really make a difference, it's them who has to do the boycott, and us to kind of like rely on them. Unfortunately, that's how it's probably going to work. That's why when I saw this post, I was very, very excited. So that is the little bit of an update there. If you're wondering what the boycott is, this is kind of a post that goes over that. It's just, saying that CN kittens are no longer going to spend any more money in the game. And, having Love in Deepspace as one of the top ranking apps in all app stores, is really something that Silas has kind of pushed and helped support, because we saw from like a chart, somebody had a chart saying that Silas's myth memory was actually the memory that garnered the most amount of revenue out of all of the other cards in the game. So it was actually really crazy to see those numbers. But yeah, with Caleb on the horizon and all of these new things coming out, it's gonna be crazy to see the change in the revenue. I'm very excited for a positive change in the game. I'm very nervous for the response from Infold, because I also saw, okay, this is another thing that we can talk about now if I can find this. So I actually saw subtextually was translating the response from Love and Deepspace about the whole situation. Let me see. Yes, so this is the translation of Paper Games' official response to like the beginning of the boycotts, or like the first whispers of a boycott against Paper Games. So this happened, for everybody's reference, this happened on January 9th. This post here, which is like the official reply, and it was translated on the 9th as well. Today, for reference, that I'm making this video is the 14th. So let's find out what Paper Games' official response is regarding players' feedback on the probability situation. Probability situation meaning that because Silas has less amount of cards in the standard memory banner, it is less likely to pull for him, which logically it makes sense, right? It makes a lot of logical sense. All permanent and limited wish events announce probabilities in-game according to all relevant requirements, and the actual probabilities and the publicly stated probabilities are completely the same. Within the same event, memories cards of equal rarity will have equal acquisition probabilities. There absolutely are no probability issues. Please do not believe the rumors. So they're calling it rumors, all the math that everybody has done. For all event types and related content, we always release relevant notices and announcements in advance on all official platforms, to make it easier for players to understand the relevant arrangements ahead of time. The game also provides plentiful and diverse ways to acquire memories. Players can obtain their desired memories through free events, shop exchange, or through self-selection crates and other methods. We have already noticed the various types of false information and incorrect guidance that is currently circulating at this time. The relevant departments will promptly collect evidence and documentation of various statements and will continuously follow up afterwards. We also ask everyone to please not be disturbed by false information. Do not believe rumors. Do not spread rumors. We will uniformly record and submit all reasonable opinions and suggestions that players submit through customer service channels. Thank you for your support and attention. So basically, Infold is like, there is nothing wrong with our system. There is absolutely nothing. We provide everything for you guys. I don't understand what you're trying to say. They're not considering the fact that because Silas has less amount of cards, it makes it much harder to pull for him. So in response to this lovely little situation, the community has calculated their own probabilities on polls. So here, excuse me. So here we have, here's my calculation on the current banner. From 240 pulls, Silas only came home 28 times, including his guaranteed precise 4, and that makes it only 11% overall. So people started calculating all of their pulls to see how many Silas cards that they would actually get. And they were, because Paper Games was actually accusing a lot of people of lying about their polls, but then people started, actually calculating everything. So we have this one individual here too, who did a whole breakdown of their polls and whatnot, and the probabilities in game as well. So everybody started whipping out all of their all of their probabilities, which was actually really funny to see on my timeline. I didn't save everybody's, but there were a lot of people who did it and submitted it into the correct channels. And yeah, so it is very crazy to see this unfold, but it seems like because of this one particular tweet that we might be getting something down the line. Rushing cards production. I'm just hoping the quality doesn't get damaged or lessened because it's being rushed. As long as the story is nice, you have the same battle features, the animation is up to what we're expecting, that is all I really want for all of the love interests to have equal probabilities. So yeah, this is turning into a whole ordeal, and I'm just watching from the sidelines and trying to document everything. So that is pretty much it. That is the little update on the Silas situation. If you have any questions, concerns, opinions, share it down below. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we have something to get us through the day. Get us through the game, guys. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to subscribe to the channel, I cover Love and Deepspace and news about Love and Deepspace, the official news from them, the updates for the 3.0 update part 2, and that is pretty much it. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I am Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and I will see you lovelies in the next video. Bye bye now.